Our natural ecosystem is really never designed for us to have any kind of business dealings with a middleman. This is by design. When we observe the natural ecosystem, there isn't a middleman. However, there are a supportive of life ecosystem is constantly surrounded throughout the ecosystem. Uh, it's never rely on a middleman to navigate life. How do we transfer this kind of observation towards our human species existence? When we hear about the spiritual warfare existing for thousands of years, it's pretty obvious. It's a common sense, practical, logical thinking that we can come to conclusion with spiritual warfare. Either you are spiritually connected to the source, or you are disconnected, or external sources by design is there to prevent you or delay you from getting connected with the source. This is practical, a logical observation if we are doing any kind of energy work and energy frequencies and understanding of how we navigate this complicated 3D present system. When the divine feminine, especially, it is her life force comes with the intuition. This is how the divine feminine navigate this 3D present planet. If we ever stop relying on our intuition, this is how we get into a lot of difficulties and challenges. The social structure by design is never really discuss, promote, or educate anything about intuition. Is by design always we have to rely on some sort of expert. This is a completely misleading, manipulated, deliberate sabotage unleashed on the human species. If we pay attention about the middleman system, you learn very early on what it's really like to rely on the second-hand, third-hand information is all about. You learn very quickly if you are in, especially if you are a black sheep light worker. You learn very early on the middleman always shifting and eliminating, promoting some sort of information which is not really accurate by design, but it's because we perceive information in such a different level. We have a different level of understanding about our life. We don't know if we're getting the accurate information. This is the realistic observation about relying on the middle or something that is outside of you information. When we're navigating, it is so much important for us to go internal and find out for ourselves by following our intuition. For example, if you are a creator, you are experiencing for the creator. Creator is not going to give you the information from the top. It's always bottom up. If you are a tree of life, it is the roots that's taking place and establishing life itself from the roots. Same thing, we can come into this life and thinking everything glamorous, everything from high point, because simply we always have to go through that journey and deal with our low vibrational parts of ourselves and navigate and understand and release. We say this often, and there is no other way around it. And this is a common sense observation. What we really need to understand is we are hoping to gain a whole lot of information about we're going to the moon, we're going to explore the space, we're diving down. We really don't know if we really need all that information to burden ourselves with. What we really have to work on is perfecting ourselves and experiencing for the source God. It's a logical thinking, it's a common sense understanding. It does really make sense. When we continue to understand and release, this is how we establish our foundation to our human experience and elevate for something a lot more higher, high vibrational existence. How I interpret this is when we are seeking external things from the get-go, we're sort of growing branches without having any roots established in the bottom. This is what energetic alignment is all about. How do we explain these human species experience as to how we navigate life and the energetic frequencies and understanding of it, because it is a real vital part of our life's journey. Understanding our energetic frequencies, whether it's adding value to ourselves, whether we are eliminating some of the things, or whether we are getting to know and learning these experiences, the vibrational frequencies and the experiences through the eyes of connected space. How do we navigate this? For example, if you are a young person, you're graduating your grade 2, what you have learned in life that is going to add value to your life, meaning are you directly connected to your spiritual journey? Do you know anything about your diet? How do you supposed to fuel your mind, body, spirit vessel, these divine temple that given to us is one body is this lifetime. So do you have any understanding how to fuel this vessel? Do you know how to have a discipline, like making bed, like helping out around? These are the little tools, but they are responsibilities, and they are a discipline for so us to maintain our mind, body, spirit vessel in a dignified manner. We're experiencing for the source God, our higher self, but we need to know how to operate our vessel. Learning about some fictional things in the school is not a path for a successful life. It is simply programming. It's a manipulated one. It's a middleman. It's a secondary information. So we can't 100% rely on these systems to empower us because we don't have the most vital information in our belts. When we have these awarenesses, life becomes so much easier, because the spiritual warfare is really about not giving you time and space for you to ever think about things. It's really hard to come by. Time is really hard to come by for you to think. It's even if you have in the school, if you have a little free time, no one ever come out and said, hey, why don't you guys start thinking? Think a little bit in depth. Think about all the things that you are feeling. No one ever said that. People would be like, hey, you want to play a game? Hey, you want to do something? Because it prevents you from really thinking, and thinking will lead you to have awareness, and you are going to be comfortable feeling things and understanding the emotional, spiritual part of your existence. The spiritual warfare is really preventing us from having this time. It's always a fight for time and space. What else the young people do? We are going to concert, we are going to places, we're going camping. You learn some skills, but is it coming from an empower place? When you say, if you go into a concert, that's supposed to be extra money things. Are you earning money? Do you have a way of income? Do you go asking your parents to pay from a credit card so you can go have some experience with a celebrity culture and get you an experience? We are already into deficit then. Nothing wrong with having some sort of fun and some different experiences, but we have to know where the energy is coming from, the energetic connection to all of these things. If we don't, another area a lot of young people get into these days is experimenting, the drugs and the all these unnecessary things. Who ever told you that's something that is required for you to live? Experimenting drugs, doing alcohol, doing all kinds of these socially acceptable social norm. I don't understand who told you that we have to experience these things. Do you have an income? Freedom to choose mean we have to be responsible for what we are choosing. If you're experimenting these things, do you have a backup plan? How do you know if you're not going to be addicted? Do you have a plan? You have a whole lot of unlimited resources so you can fund these lifestyle? No. Do you ever think before you getting into these circumstances? Because we really have to define what is in the ecosystem, what is healthy ecosystem, what is dying ecosystem. We do that for our environment, we do that for our animal livestock. If we know they are diseased and disconnected animals there, we are separating them from the group. But when we are experiencing human interactions and a human species a social structure, how do you really separate these diseased and disconnected, not thriving, unhealthy ecosystem from the ones who are healing and connected individuals? This is the spiritual warfare. This is, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think I'm onto something here. So when you are not, we see the homeless community, we see a lot of these videos lately, all these young women and men, they are homeless and stuck in this addiction, and so hope is so hard to come by into these individuals. But in a social structure, we have any plan within the family unit, within the community, because we can't really rely on anything from the governing social structure. In fact, they are the one who's creating such a circumstances, because we think we have freedom. Do we really have a freedom? But the freedom without responsibility, without awareness, is absolutely chaotic. The freedom, if you are a creator, you're the source God, if you're thinking you have this freedom, you have this peace, how you handle your life, how do you manage your life? And this is the perfect example. You are there, addicted, disconnected, disintegrating into the ground eventually, without external forces stepping in, because you have given up. You are not a healthy ecosystem. You're not functioning connected, because now you're in a predicament. The healthy mind, body, spirit vessel is completely disconnected. So this is how we look at things and navigate life. Another point that I want to make is, in the spiritual community, they are always speaking about your enemy is going to feel this. They feel embarrassed. They are disappointed. They are shocked. All about your enemies. This is theatrical spirituality, where people are free to do and say whatever they like, but it's a responsible thing for us to do is, who are these enemies? If you're hoping, I know it's really difficult when somebody hurts you, somebody disappoint you, somebody backstab you into oblivion, and it's an extreme level of disappointment and sadness coming there, because we don't really have any understanding about collective consciousness, about the human dignity. None of these things are playing active role. This is the place of extreme disconnection, because when we make mistakes, one time, two times, couple times is understandable, because this is how we learn. But when we become, it's a repetitive thing, and you are completely ignoring about the unity consciousness, the spirituality, and your right to exist without humiliation. We forget about all of those things, and we become consumed by the spiritual warfare and get consumed by the parasitic unhealed trauma bodies. There shouldn't be any kind of hopefulness. Wow, my enemy is going to feel this, this person did this, and it's prevent your progress. So it's really important for us to understand the true connection to the unity consciousness, see things as exactly they are from the eyes of the Creator, your higher self. This is how we make it so much easier for us to navigate our life. Especially in the mainstream, I know in every employment is some things that is very unpleasant, because these unhealed trauma bodies constantly going on about, we got a business to run, we got a business to run. But social structure is not designed for you to empower yourself. This is what we come to understand. We know this from the beginning of time. We have to dumb down, shrink down in order to maintain something. So this is a humiliation ritual. Even in the mainstream, you know that we have a little bit of empathy for these girls and guys doing this work. But if you're doing any kind of real spiritual work, and you're trying to heal your unhealed trauma body, and trying to make sense out of this life's journey, we have to realize the output of energy we are creating. If we are constantly manipulating, misleading, programming, it's really not holistic. These are the low vibration energies. These are characteristic of life's energy sucking vampires. So it's not something for you to stick around and perpetuate. I think in their hearts they know this. You see every now and then somebody's trying to break free because they aren't satisfied with what is happening, but it's not something that you can do long term, because it's going to affect your health and well-being. This is when it becomes too late, because remember, the time is the most expensive commodity because we have a limited time. It's really important for us to prioritize how we spend our time and energy. So if you continue, just because you get a higher pay and sort of you think this is the most successful system, but it's not. It's the consumer's system. It's the consuming energy, time, and your well-being, and consuming other people's energy, doing things that's hindering other people's life, and you're trying to keep them from improving, progressing, and making the spiritual connection. That's hindering the progress. So then when you contribute to this kind of style of life, it's going to have a long-lasting effect, because we like the comfort. When something well paid, we are going to internalize all the feelings that you are unhappy about. You are giving into a program. This is what the external system is all about. This is why we can't rely on the second middleman system. It's an area for you to empower yourself by understanding and acknowledging what is really happening. This is the path to greater awakening. One more point I want to make is, when you are come back to it, but healthy ecosystem throughout the human species, we need to separate ourselves. We are speaking about the enemies or people who have done us wrong, but what happens when you've done some healing, when you understand you're connected to the source God, that is electricity, that is powerful energy. So what happens when you touch and electricity? You get shocked. And so the natural ecosystem always going to take care of these little emotional baggage that we are our perception, our understanding. It doesn't really matter what we believe, but what kind of the foundation, we see the cracks of the foundation is when you transfer that into the human species, all the low vibrational parts, your insecurities, your low self-esteem, your lack of boundaries, your jealousy, your resentment, your envious, all of these things where the cracks happen. This is the crack where you are going to lose a lot of energy, because your perception or your interpretation of world through your low vibrational energies are the weaknesses. This is how you're going to get that energy draining system, because you do not have a strong connection. when we are healing, when we are understanding, when we are releasing, we're forming that strong connection to the source, God, your higher self. You're experiencing for the source God. So it's you understand that you have to do work on yourself, you have to do healing, but you're not going to get entangled with other people's by interfering with their life, their journey, because you have awareness through the collective consciousness, because you have empathy, you have understanding, you have a respect for the creator. This is how you eliminate a lot of troubles, a lot of problems that usually all the self-inflicted drama, because we are unhealed trauma bodies. We don't not know how to have that interpersonal relationships within the family, within the community, within the friends, because you're taking this stuff and going too far by interfering with these individuals. This is then you're going to get shocked. Karma is nothing but having you come to terms and awareness to your level of toxicity. That's what it's all about. When you are a light worker, you're a connected individual, other people can try to hurt you, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to have that shock. This is what happens when you work with the electricity, when you work with the energy, mind, body, spirit vessel that is connected to the source. You're going to get a rude awakening, and you have no choice but to confront your own toxicity and your own demonic connections. And this is how you get a rude awakening. So it's really not we do not need to waste time and thinking, oh wow, this person did so much to hurt me, and I am so shocked, and we'll see what the karma is going to bring forward. This is not for us to be concerned about. This is not the collective consciousness. It's not thinking from a higher perspective. It's something that really the nature is going to take care of itself. So when we understand these energetic system, how we navigate life, coexist with the human species, the animal species, and the environment, it's already very simple. So we don't need to go looking for some things, go to the moon and all of these things, because it's all theatrical. What we need to prioritize is working on ourselves and understand the energy empowerment and energy loss, energy natural flow of energy. This is something really important, and I think hopefully is going to help to understand a little bit better, and it definitely did help me. So thank you.